Success is not necessarily about winning or losing. It is essentially the determination to fight to the finish. Hello there, welcome back to Rajiv Live. I'll be sharing with you a couple of historical events. However, the events themselves are not as important as understanding the mind games of people who create history. Do watch this till the end to listen to the kind of thinking that makes it possible to achieve the impossible. Historical event number 1. It was the 18th of June 1983 and the venue, Tunbridge Wells. India, having won the toss, decides to bat against Zimbabwe. The plan was to score 300 plus, maybe 310 or 311 runs, so that even if India lost the next match against Australia, they would still be through to the semi-finals. Tunbridge Wells was relatively a small ground with hardly 2,000 spectators present on the ground to watch the match. The Indian openers Gavaskar and Shrikant go into bat, but shockingly enough, both leave the ground without scoring a run. And it was barely a few more overs into the match before it appeared to be a bad toss to win. Mohinder Amarnath and Sandeep Patil depart after scoring 5 runs and 1 run respectively, and the score 9 runs for 4 wickets. It was a green wicket, wind was blowing from the pavilion end, and the ball was doing a lot in the air. And Kapil Dev comes into bat. Barely 8 runs were added to the score when Yashpal Sharma was back in the pavilion. The score 17 for 5. Now Roger Binney comes into bat. Kapil's immediate instruction to his partner is to somehow stick around and score in 1s and 2s. Together they added 60 runs on the board when Binney was out for 22. The score 77 for 6. Ravi Shastri comes in and leaves after scoring only 1 run. The score 78 for 7. Madan Lal comes in at this juncture. Together Kapil Dev and Madan Lal take India past the 100 mark. At 140, Madan Lal leaves the ground having scored 17 runs. Now Kapil decides to go hammer and tongs after the Zimbabwean bowling. He smashes 16 fours and 6 sixes in an innings that took him past Glenn Turner's 171 run record and leaves the ground having scored a world record breaking 175 not out, thereby taking India to the score of 266 for 8 in 60 overs. Kapil was ably supported by Kirmani, who scored 24 runs and remained not out. The Zimbabweans lost the match by 31 runs, and a 10-year-old listening to the news of India's victory on Doordarshan became absolutely ecstatic and started jumping with joy. Historical event number 2. Think of a time when you were faced with an extremely challenging situation and you thought you could never come out of it. You could not believe you could overcome the hurdle. You literally had your back to the wall. But then something miraculous happened and you decided to fight. I was a very young boy when Kapil created history in Tunbridge Wells. I immediately went to Uncle B, my guru, and said, B, how could Kapil achieve the impossible? 9 runs for 4 wickets and then 17 for 5. He's really a superman. It was a bright sunny morning and Uncle B was having a cup of steaming hot tea. Uncle B coolly replied, there's a superman in all of us. Kapil was actually focused on sticking to the wicket and getting as many runs as possible of each and every delivery that he faced. And it so happened that at the end of 60 overs, he was told that he had created history by breaking Glenn Turner's world record. Uncle B continued, remember one thing, once a goal is set, shift your focus on action and action alone, or things that need to be done to achieve your goal. In other words, shift your focus on the process that will lead you to your goal and leave the rest on God. Once a goal is set and a target has been fixed and you are out on the battlefield, then there's no going back. You have only one choice: fight to the finish. And that is the mantra for achieving the impossible.